Hey, I hope all is well. So, this morning I'm not even gonna fool with the music because last week was just a bit much for me. And I still would like to borrow your ears for a few seconds if you don't mind. First of all, good morning. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for even clicking this button and letting this video get this far. I really appreciate it. So, I like to talk about the time frame of the pandemic and how God has brought so much security to me and my family during this time. And today is March the 10th, so the pandemic was definitely here last year at this time. We just were like not in the knowing. So I was formerly the salon manager at Ulta Beauty here in Roanoke, and I was working there for a few years. I started out as a stylist, and then I transitioned into a manager later, which was a really great opportunity, awesome job. I really enjoyed working for the company. I met so many wonderful people, had so much great opportunity working with them, and then the pandemic came. So it started out like, okay, you're not going to be at work for a few weeks, and then we'll kind of revisit the situation and we'll kind of make further steps as need be. Okay, those few weeks turned into like a month, and then it's like, well, we're just going to close them all in its entirety. Okay, well, that's a source of my income, right? Now, I did have other streams of income. I'm not going to sit here and hold you. However, that was one like my main source of income. Not only was it my income, my benefits were attached to that place of employment. Long story short, we ended up not going back to work, period. Some months down the line when they were, interested in, no, I'm going too fast. We ended up closing them all, not going back to work, period. So the company was so gracious to us. They kind of divvied up some tasks for different people. I still had to be responsible for contacting clients during a certain period of time, and just kind of keeping them in the loop, keeping them in the know of what was going on. And there were certain employees that were not able to do any type of work. So there were some that were furloughed. There were some that had to receive unemployment. Well, God had blessed me enough to the point where I didn't even have to fool with unemployment. That the job paid me for the weeks that we were out of work. So that was one blessing during the pandemic. Now we're gonna fast forward a little bit. At this point, I'm still a caregiver at home. I'm not really doing clients like that, and I'm like, okay, what's about to happen? I didn't feel comfortable going back to work because it was so public, and I have to come home to my mom and sister. So I'm like, what type of decision does that look like for somebody like myself that does not live alone? Now, financially, I'm not gonna say that I'm nobody's Oprah Winfrey yet, or nobody's, Tyler Perry yet. I'm definitely well on my way, but the purpose of this conversation is talking about the art of God's security when it comes to faith and being able to have the substance of things hoped for and the evidence of things not seen. If it was up to me, I would have figured out a way to finesse, still working at the job, wearing 3 and 4 masks, not feeling safe when it was time to come home to my family. And I will also say when I was working the job, I thoroughly enjoyed it. But when it was time for me to get off and still be a caregiver at home, I'm tired, I'm irritated, I didn't want to be bothered. I would be halfway working with them, and that wasn't fair to them. And to be honest with you, they were my first priority to be here anyway. So it's like God really allowed me the opportunity to back away from the public, to give more time and energy to my family, which was definitely well needed. And I just want to encourage you that sometimes we really have to look for the things that we do not see with hope. And God has definitely allowed my bank account to still be afloat. I have not wanted for anything. I have not had any negative balances, not any bills owed. And if they were owed, they were because of my lack of paying them, like procrastinating to pay. Um, Food, the refrigerator has not been empty. Gas has never been empty. Lights have never been off. Have more than enough clothes, and have been able to even still help other people during a time such as this. And I want to encourage you to still be frugal with your giving. Don't be scared to give in this season, because God is a God of giving, and if He trusts us with the small things, He said that we will be faithful over a few things, that we could be ruler over many. And I'm here to be a witness that I have not missed a beat. If anything, He has allowed me to skip a few beats to be ahead of the game, because I have been faithful in my tithing and my offering, and because I have been faithful in my giving. He has made sure that I have had above all that I can ask or think. And I want to inspire you to do the same. If you are in doubt of what you should be doing right now, financially or in whatever, in concerns with your household or your family, continue to have the faith of substance of things hoped for and the evidence of things not seen, and watch God blow your mind. I love you so much. Thank you for tuning in, and have the best day that you can have.